What's up guys, my name is Jess, I'm the creator of Pinkrex, and today I wanted to show you how to build a super simple propagation jar. I saw this idea at a recent plant swap I went to at Tonkadale Greenhouse in Minnesota. This nice young man had some Scindapsus triubii dark form cuttings just in a big jar with some sphagnum moss and some charcoal. This is a large jar I picked up from Walmart the other day. I think it was like $16 and it is just massive. It's a 2-gallon glass jar, very heavy, good quality. For this jar you're going to need some charcoal just for the base layer. This is a brand called Josh's Frogs I ordered from Amazon. I really like it. It's good quality stuff. Other thing you're gonna need is sphagnum moss. This is long fiber sphagnum moss I get in these nice condensed bricks from Lowe's, and it's like $5.75 for this whole thing, and it goes a pretty long way. There's a lot in here. Before you can get started, you want to make sure to soak your sphagnum moss. This is actually sphagnum moss I've had kind of just chilling in this little dish I got from Denny's. Thank you for your round propagation box. But it's just some sphagnum moss that I soaked, wrung it out really good, and then I let it sit in here. It's been sitting for probably 2 weeks, and I'm hoping that eventually it will regrow, because I keep seeing people on TikTok and whatnot regrowing sphagnum moss from preserved sphagnum moss. And Better Grow is a really nice brand. They have really good quality stuff. I am not sponsored by anyone I have mentioned. If they want to sponsor me, that'd be cool though. Before we get started, if you like this type of content and you'd like to see more of it, please drop a like down below, and remember to subscribe to Pinkrex. I do plant and video game content, so if there's anything related to either of those subjects that you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's get started. So this is a 2-gallon Anchor Hawking, I think it's supposed to be like a cookie jar, but it looks exactly like the one the young man had at the plant trade, so I'm gonna use it. 1 piece or less or it doesn't count. And there we go. As you can see, this jar is literally big enough to go over my head. Apparently not, I have a big head. So the first thing you want to do is the stickers on the outside. For this, I don't really care if it, unless it comes off super easy. It's funny, I made a terrarium video for TikTok that got the most likes of any video I've ever made, and hundreds of people were commenting that you can get stickers off using a hairdryer or like by soaking it with lemon oil or something, and like, I know what I can do. I just choose not to. Right away, we're just gonna add our base layer of charcoal. Again, this is from Josh's Frogs. I think it's usually meant for culturing springtails. It says it right on the front. So if you wanna grow springtails in a jar, you could use this too, I guess. And as a side note, I don't rinse my charcoal because I like to live life on the edge, but you can rinse yours if you want it to be less dusty. We'll let that settle for a minute. It's got a nice smoky smell to it though. Nice charcoal smell. And now, with my charcoal bottom of my jar, I have this bowl of sphagnum moss that I just soaked for, I don't know, a few minutes, just depends. As long as it's nice and soaked, and then you wring it out really good. If you can squeeze it really tight and it's still dripping, you have to wring it out some more. But I'm just going to plunk that right on top of my charcoal. Kind of like, reminds me of like spaghetti or something. A nice layer in there. Make sure to just cover up all the charcoal. And I wouldn't usually soak 2 bowls of sphagnum moss, but I wanted to put this newer layer on the bottom and then put the older layer on the top, so that hopefully over time the older layer will start growing green little sprouts. I do have that regrowth happening in one of my other terrariums. And the moss regrowing idea is not mine. I originally saw it on a channel called Benji Plant. If you like plant content, you should definitely go follow his channel. And now I'm gonna start adding my older sphagnum moss. I'm just gonna add it all in one plop, actually. Well, and you might not need quite this much, but this is a really good amount for things to be able to root in there and really get started. This is how it's looking so far. Got just my really thin layer of charcoal along the bottom, and then my inch and a half of like fluffed sphagnum moss. And the next thing you're gonna want to add is cuttings. Great options for this are, again, any type of philodendrons, pothos, pretty much anything that likes high humidity and propagates just from a node. I am going to be putting some Addisonii, and eventually I'd like to put one of my Florida Ghost cuttings. And I actually have a Monstera Stendaliana albo cutting that I'm going to put in here as well. So this is my Stendaliana cutting. It isn't doing super well in terms of the leaves are not happy, but the rest of it is super green. So yeah, I'm just gonna put that in there and see if it roots. Otherwise, worst case, I'll have to get another one. I don't know. So I'm gonna put that guy right in the middle and just tuck him in nicely. And I'm gonna try to keep the leaves from touching the moss too much. And I'm also just gonna put some wet stick Addisonii cuttings in there. I have 5 of them. Just gonna lay them in there and make sure that the nodes are touching the moss. And close her up and set it in a nice, indirect, bright location and hope that they don't die. That's all I've got for today. So if you like the video, please remember to like and subscribe to Pinkrex down below. I also have a ton of content over on TikTok and on Instagram. My handle on both of those is the same as it is here. It's just Pinkrex with 2 X's. And please remember to drop a comment if you have another suggestion of plant care or video game content you'd like me to cover. But that's all I've got for today, so thanks for watching, bye!